Hey everyone, okay, so today is probably the #1 tip to prevent cakey makeup. Now I've done some videos on this before, but this, I kind of witnessed this today actually while I was traveling, so this is why this video came about. One of the best things you can do with your makeup to keep the longevity of it before it starts to break down is to blot the skin after you've applied your moisturizer or primer, and then after you've applied your foundation and concealer before you put powder on. And there's a video down there for you to have a look at in the description bar. But let's just say you've gone about your day, you've done your makeup, you've set your makeup, you've put powder on it, you've even used a powder and a puff to really lock it in. And then the oil starts to happen again. And then you reach for your powder and you kind of powder up those areas. Now this is the first mistake. What we want to do first before we powder is absorb the oil. And what I tend to see most of the time is that we're not absorbing the oil. We're just putting powder directly onto an oily, greasy face. And that creates that heavy, thick, makeup-y look, that cakey look that we don't want. So you just want to absorb, it's so simple, but it's so easily forgotten. You just want to absorb the oil first with like some blotting papers. Perming papers work just well. You can get those really, really cheaply. Just take the oil absorbing sheet, pat it onto the areas that are oily, absorb the oil first, then you can go in with a brush. I like to use a fan brush, but whatever. This is my fan brush number 15, available, you know, available. And then you take your powder and then you dust over the areas that were once oily. This will absolutely prevent that cake face, that cakey makeup look, that heavy look, because you've ever applied powder onto oil, it just looks horrible. It looks thick and heavy and it doesn't really deal with the issue. But absorbing it first, then powdering will take you through hours more and keep the longevity of your makeup intact. The other thing you can do is to really make sure your foundation is staying in place, is to make sure that you go with the premise of like versus like. So oil-based foundation, oil-based moisturizer. Water-based foundation, water-based moisturizer. Silicone-based foundation, silicone-based moisturizer. Because that way they're not competing. Oil and water don't mix. But absorb the oil first with a sheet of, you know, perming papers or oil blotting things. Then just dust with powder lightly and you're good to go. But try and get out of the habit of applying powder directly onto oily skin. That's already starting to come through before blotting first. If you have any other tips on how to keep your makeup intact, then pop them into that comment section below and I will look forward to reading them, because I like to learn new stuff. I love learning new stuff and that would be really cool. Thanks so much and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye. Hello, so if you are looking for a video that will make you Instagram flawless, without the filter, without all that other jazz, then this is the video for you. This is the buffing technique video, and all you need to do is click my box and you can open it to a new video, or if you're watching on a mobile device, the link will be down there in the description bar. This video will teach you the buffing technique, which is a technique using powder to buff the skin within an inch of its life to absolute photographic perfection. You will not believe it until you try it. So click this video, click my box, or click the link in the description bar. Thanks so much, bye-bye.